Say hello to my little friend.
It's the J. Craig Movie Review. Movie Review. Movie Review.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the J. Craig Movie Review. And I got my two dudes with me today.
So, I'm Jesse.
Oh.
I've been in most of them.
All right, very cool. We saw Ant Man and the Wasp
Quantumania.
Yeah, that's right. This is the third Ant Man movie directed by Peyton Reed once again. And it's starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas. Well, no, that's the name of the character, but Paul Rudd's the actor. So Scott Lang is the character he plays. But it's starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, and then joined by Jonathan Majors, who is the new baddie. So this movie is, well, boys, let me just start right there. What do you guys think of it?
I think that it was very... I think it was like a very, very good movie. It was very well crafted in some ways. It could be a little dramatic, but most of the time, if you don't go too deep into the story, like, besides, like, trying to figure out, like, what's the story and how the character changed throughout the story, I think it's a really good movie. There's some drama. There's a lot of action.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny jokes.
Well, of course, it's got Paul Rudd, so it's loaded with those jokes, right? All right.
Yeah.
So very good, Levi. Jesse, what'd you think?
I think it was funny.
Of course.
And one thing about the character, MODOK looks absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, so that might be a spoiler alert. I don't know if that's a spoiler alert.
I think it's in one of the trailers, though.
So there's some characters who we have not seen. If you're a Marvel comic book junkie, then you will recognize several characters in this movie. And yes, the one character that Jesse says, who I will not say again, he is goofy looking and almost kind of off-putting at first. It's like, that looks kind of off.
So it's almost like he's like...
Almost like I bet you it looks better in 3D. Now, we did not see this movie in 3D. Okay? I think the boys do as well. This would be a good movie to see in 3D.
It's also good without 3D.
Well, I mean, it was good without it, but I think 3D would really add to this movie, much like I think Levi would say.
It's like a movie that should be seen in 3D because of its elements, but it's not like Avatar 2 where it's just like a movie where it has to be
We have to. I think it definitely, you're right though, I think it would add to it. It would just make it a little bit more entertaining. So what is it about? Okay, now boys, I appreciate your feedback there. I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. But let's tell the people what's really about, right? So we got Scott Lang, Paul Rudd again. He's kind of the small guy, right? So it's a story about looking out for the little guy and watch out for the little guy, those kind of things, right? So that's why, say hello to my little friend, right? Okay, if you didn't get the movie pun, that's a movie reference to an old movie, boys. Scarface. Okay. All right, so this movie is about Scott Lang's daughter is creating a signal to go into the quantum realm so that way they can study it. And that signal, as soon as Michelle Pfeiffer realizes there's a signal going down in there, she gets terrified, right?
She says,
shut it off.
She shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
She's just like freaking out. She's like,
shut it off. And as soon as she says that, of course.
And eventually something.
Well, not eventually.
Something happens.
Yeah, not eventually, but as soon as she says that, of course, bad things happen. They turn it off and it turns back on. The quantum realm sucks them they get sucked into the quantum realm, and that's where our story really starts. Yeah. So now it's about them trying to get away from getting out of the quantum realm, but also about the new bad guy, Jonathan Majors, who is Kang. He is trying to find Michelle Pfeiffer because she kind of ruined his plans of escaping many, many years ago, and he's kind of got a little bit of bloodlust on that. So they're trying to get away from him. He's trying to capture them. So it's just a bunch of back and forth in that regard.
It's just like it's a wild goose chase.
It's a wild goose chase for a lot of it, and I will say I enjoyed it. But I think, like most Marvel movies these days, I kind of find it rather flat. It doesn't have a lot of substance. It's just entertaining. Now, Paul Rudd, as Scott Lang, I think really carries the movie, right, boys? I mean, he's funny.
He's funny. Of course, he's Ant Man, like Spider-Man. They're always funny.
Very comical.
What's his name? Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
If Paul Rudd wasn't Ant Man.
Yeah,
it would be a whole different story because he just has that personality of like Spider-Man where he's just always telling jokes.
He's a comedian by nature, so he is.
And
he's really funny.
And he always calls his enemies by their real name.
Yeah, he sure does. And so I forgot where we're going with that, but when it comes down to Paul Rudd, where are we going with that, boys? What the heck were we talking about there?
I do not.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Ant Man Quantumania.
Okay. So, in the end, I enjoyed it. I think it's kind of flat. The Marvel movies kind of ruined me. The Russos ruined me back in the day with the movies they made. From Winter Soldier all the way to Endgame. Every movie they touched was remarkably well told. Very just, deep storytelling, not just an action superhero movie. And after they have left and now we have this new phase, they're kind of flat. And there's just not a lot going on with them. And they're kind of boring. And they're kind of dull. And they're the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So
I've really liked the Ant Man series so far. And I think this one is very good for, a new Marvel movie.
Oh, it's okay, good. So it's like
Lost the word for a
it's a
second there.
better Marvel movie than we've been used to as of recent,
Yeah.
right? Okay, guys, any closing comments?
Make sure to watch it. If you can watch it in 3D, I
Do it.
recommend do it in 3D.
Okay, got it. Jesse, quickly.
Okay. This movie, highly recommended.
All right, very good.
Anything 3D or not,
Okay,
anything.
perfect. Okay, great. I liked it. I recommend it. It's fun. It's not Endgame, it's not Winter Soldier, but it's entertaining. I will say Jonathan Majors is a good villain, but we don't really get to see why he's so evil and why he's so threatening.
Why he's so powerful
Yeah.
and where did he get all this?
We don't. Yeah. So at any rate, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit that bell.
Make
and-
sure when you hit subscribe, make sure it turns gray.
or any color
Very good.
besides red.
Bye now.
Bye.
JK